John Justice Show, live right now on the CW58.
8:35. See, the nice thing is now that we've gotten past like one of the worst weeks in recent memory, we can get on to the serious news.
Yeah.
April Madison from KGUN on your side.
Let's start this Monday with some serious news.
That's right. You meet someone, you're in Iceland.
You just shouldn't meet anybody if you're in Iceland.
There's chemistry.
Unless you're not from the area.
And then you come to the introductory questions. What's your name, right? How
That's
often?
weird. We have the same last name.
How often do you come here? And then, of course, if you're an Icelander, the inevitable, are we related? Iceland, a country with a population of 320,000, where most everyone is distantly related. Inadvertently kissing cousins is a real, tangible risk to those in Iceland. And the cold weather probably is not helping.
I mean, you hear every once in a while odd stories about, oh my gosh, and I found out 10 years later, and it's like an odd, never happened type of thing.
Yeah, usually it's a southern, Ozarks thing, but apparently in Iceland, this is more of a reality because they're very isolated in Iceland.
So how distant? Like, enough to where they would never have a clue?
What are you asking? At what point is?
I'm not saying it's ever okay.
Right.
I'm saying, but I can see why people really wouldn't know if it's like,
the whole
so distant. Like,
if
there's no way to even explain that without it sounding
there's
weird.
300. How many people were you having in Tucson? Way over 320,000.
Well, yeah, well over a million.
Okay, all right. So you're looking at 320,000, and they're Icelanders. Okay, your odds are to the whole point of this whole thing. They have a new smartphone app it helps you avoid accidental incest.
How does that work? You put in your name?
The app lets you bump phones and emits a warning if they're closely related.
Well, at least it's just phones.
So they're bumping phones in Iceland, not.
They're.
Waka waka.
I see.
I didn't even need to go with it. See, you knew it. See, oh, that was like the joke. I didn't even have to say it.
It's the Safe app.
It's the Safe app. So you bump. So you
all safe texting around here. Thank you.
You bump the app before you bump in. What? This is a family show. This is the AP story. You want to look at what they wrote there?
Because we don't ever go there.
See what right there, right where my finger is. See what it says. You bump the app before you bump it. Yeah, I know.
AP wrote that.
That's the catchy slogan, apparently. Some are hailing it as a welcome solution to a very Icelandic form of social embarrassment.
I'm watching back and my facial expressions are hysterical.
Wow.
I've never seen them.
I'm
like, look at my face.
Do you do that?
No.
Do you do that on KGUN?
No, because I don't see it's live.
I never watched myself do the weather, but I'm doing a fantastic job. Look at the way I'm pointing. It's awesome.
I actually can't stand. I have to. I'm forced to watch myself to put at least one weathercast on the web, and I hate it. I'm my own worst critic until I get to your show, and then it's just funny.
Listen to this.
Reason.
So Einar Magnuson's a graphic designer in Iceland's capital. Okay. Everyone has heard the story of going to a family event and running into a girl you hooked up with some time ago, only to find out that the girl is related to you. Apparently, this is a very real Icelandic problem.
That's a problem.
It's not a good feeling when you realize that girl is your cousin.
I would, at least, if it's just I'd just move.
People may think it's funny, but the app is a necessity. The app of Icelanders is an idea that may only be possible in Iceland, where most of the population shares descent.
I wonder how long this has been happening.
From a group of 9th century Viking settlers, and where an online database holds the genealogical details of most of the entire population. Wow, that's amazing. The app was created by 3 University of Iceland software engineer students for a contest calling for new creative uses of the Book of Icelanders, an online database of residents and their family trees stretching back 1,200 years. No, this was created by students who were tired of having this problem.
Right.
Dude, we got to do something, man. This is getting out of
Almost
control.
married to my cousin.
This is, I know. Guy comes home. So I met this, again, really, again. I know.
It's kind of sad, really.
Isn't
they
that
need to
nutty?
move. They need to have they need something.
The Book of Icelanders database was developed in 97.
They need a lot of tourists to come visit.
It was compiled during census. They need a purge. Is that what you're saying? They need ice. April Madison says Iceland needs to be invaded.
I mean, how do you fix that problem if some don't leave or some new people don't come in?
I don't think invasion of another culture is.
I didn't say invasion of another culture.
Well, that's essentially what you were. That's essentially what you were alluding to.
They need to take like half and make a move and bring in some new. How does that happen?
They need to have a big love-in. Just switch up the demographics a bit. That's what you're. All right, there we go. You know, I've been sitting on this one for like a week and a half, and I questioned whether or not I wanted to bring it up.
We did go back on the radio. I'm like, at what point are we? Where are we? I don't even know where we are anymore.
We are here in the 104.1 The Truth Studios, April Madison.
We're not in Iceland, that's for sure.
Did you bring your phone? We can bump phones.
Right, brother?
What's happening with the weather? You were going to get up and leave. I think she thought she was done. I was like, okay, I'll see you later.
Right through my weather. I'm
right.
out.
All right.